Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I welcome you. I am Virginie, an interior designer, and I deal with the houses that represent 100% who has to live them, from consulting to the entire renovation process. I also help foreigners who want to buy and renovate in Italy to support them all the process long, otherwise difficult to follow from a distance. In this channel, I will talk about home and renovation, trying to give you helpful tips so that you can have your dream house, a house that represents you 100% and where you will always feel at your ease. Why should I rely on an interior designer? I know my tastes. Know that you are absolutely right if you think this. You know your taste. So why rely on an interior designer? We see it in today's video. But before we get started, if you love everything related to the home and renovation topic, remember to subscribe to my channel for more information on this subject. And don't forget to click the like button, because it's the best way to support this channel and my content, and I'll truly appreciate it. We were saying, why relying on an interior designer? As I've said many times before, today we are really caught up and distracted by 1,000 things. Unfortunately, we do not allow us to listen to ourselves as we would like and perhaps should. That means that many choices, even that of the furniture, are made in a hurry. The result? You risk having a home that doesn't represent you 100% and in which you don't feel entirely comfortable. Distractions and 1,000 inputs can sometimes be really detrimental. And so, when you have 1,000 ideas, sometimes very different from each other, another opinion can help. An external point of view remains even more rational. It is not distorted by 1,000 emotions. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a friend be able to give you such helpful suggestions that you thought she or he knows me better than I know myself? Here is a little what an interior designer should do, and it is what I want to do every time. Do you know who I like to compare myself to? To the philosopher Socrates, who made the art of maieutic his own. He basically said he knew nothing and helped those who followed him bring out the knowledge they already had inside. I only want to be the vehicle to be able to focus only on what you really like and represent you. What if you like many different things? Well, we will go by importance. You can hardly describe your personality by a single color or style. It is absolutely normal. Relying on an interior designer is about truly expressing all facets of your unique being and then putting them together in a way that makes sense and is functional for you. But now I want to make you laugh. In a video some time ago, I said how copying the settings from internet images is potentially harmful. You can find the video here and in the description box below. But do you know how can I understand the authentic tastes of my clients? Well, I make a private folder on Pinterest where they put everything they like. And with everything, I don't mean just furniture, but really everything. Does it seem like a contradiction? Actually, it isn't, because I will obviously never copy those settings. But it allows me to understand a lot about the person I have to work with. As I said before, most of the time I find images with even very different styles, colors, moods, and creating a setting that brings it all together is really quite a challenge. That is even more evident when I have to design a house for 2 people or for a family. If you already have different tastes alone, imagine joining together more personalities, often very different too. Do you understand why it is relevant to rely on an interior designer? Now you could say to me, okay, but in the end, going to a furniture store, they help me create a nice environment there too. And again, you are right, they always know how to create quite lovely settings. But they don't have the time to really go all the way to understand who you are. They will ask you for some information such as style and color you prefer in general, and then make their proposal. They will also offer you the furniture and accessories they have. The result will be beautiful, and maybe you will choose it, but it will probably fail to represent you 100%. Your home is a place I would call sometimes sacred. It is your nest, and you must feel really super there, no matter if it is big or small. Besides, it's a high investment, so don't risk not being able to create a house that truly represents you in deep. Rely on the consultancy of an interior designer, and if you want, don't hesitate to contact me. I hope the video was helpful and you love it. In case, let me know with a thumbs up and in the comments. If you would like to share this with someone you think would be interested, I would be honored and it will help me grow my channel. If you already haven't done it, remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.